Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Opus Magnum with Lyte. We're here with the climbing rope fiber. This one's a bit interesting. It's a infinite product again, but this one, I can't quite get a false ending to work with it. So it might be that you can't do the false ending. I might just not quite understand how it works, but even if there's a way to do one that I haven't found, it likely wouldn't save you a whole lot. It might save you a cycle or two, but in the long run, it's probably not worth it. Now, this is another one that I've got lots of solutions, and the order in which I made them is no longer clear to me. I don't remember which ones are which, so we're just going to go through them in what seems like a reasonable order. So we're going to do the fast ones last, because that's what we usually do. And so then we're going to start with something that's relatively high cost, relatively low area, like this guy right here. And so what we've got is we've got ourselves a piston, and it builds the solution in what is, unfortunately, a really stupid way. This was likely my first attempt when I was just trying to be like, okay, how do I make it small? How do I make it fast? Well, this one's really quite small. So this one, I suppose, is my smallest solution. I didn't look very closely at it. The main thing that's going on here is that we're passing over the track, such that we don't have to use anything down here. We don't have a multi-binder. We don't have a whole lot of things. And I think the real key is that we're not using this hex right here. And so it does a lot of weird shifting about to get the job done, but it does in fact get the job done. And it does it in a way that might be a little bit unexpected. So it's not a stupid solution, but it's madly inefficient. Except for the fact that it uses one fewer hex than my other solution for low space. So we probably shouldn't have started with this one. I didn't really see just how small this number was. So that's 45, top percentiles 49. It's really quite good. But then you look at the cycles and it's like, wow, how did they make it cost even more cycles? Didn't cost a whole lot of money. That at least is good. So yeah, that's the 45 area. Here's the 46 area that we tried shortly before that. So we have the multi-binder such that it's much easier to connect one cycle to the next. So you pull it in and then you push it out, and all in all, it works out just fine. And so that's this solution. It uses this hex in the multi-binder. And so we've got a hex that's used by the counting, but not used by the machine. And that's how we ended up with our other solution. Which, now that I think about it, did it even use this track? Like, here's where it uses the track. Let's take a quick look and see where it uses that track and how. Such that it can reach all the way out to this part out here. For some reason, I just forgot why it needed that track. So we've got stretch, we've got multi. Those are our nice small solutions, which leads me to believe that Destiny here was my original cheap solution. Yeah, this is my original cheap solution. You build the thing, and you extend it out. You use just the one piston arm. Once again, built when that was the thing to do, before it was cheaper to do the arm and the track. And so, very straightforward, you just use the arm. There you go. Then we're like, okay, so how do we make it cheaper? Well, instead of using 2 binders, we use just 1. Just 1 binder is significantly cheaper than using 2. And so now with just a binder and a salter and a piston, it's significantly cheaper than our previous iteration, which is really nice. And there you go, have it chopping, chop, chop, chop. We've got a fairly decent solution with a piston, but anytime you've got a piston, you go, all right, we can do it with an arm and a track. Oh wait, just an arm. Whew. Just an arm is a little weird, but it gets the job done. Now, it's probably madly inefficient as well. You can likely do this much more efficiently than dragging it all over creation. This is going to use up so much area. I mean, once it starts getting going, it gets really long and it just swings, like flails madly all about the screen. So you end up with an area of 393. Look at that, way out here. Look at it. All the way out in the middle of nowhere. I love it. So that's an arm. So no track. This is as cheap as you're going to get. You have a binder, a salter, and an arm. There's no going below that. Then we get to, how do we make it go fast? Everyone loves fast machines. So this is where we start. We start with bringing them down and moving it over. Now, it does it fairly quickly. We grab and pull and grab and pull and grab and pull. We have this guy already in place, so we're able to grab it early. Then we bring it over and attach it and move it over, such that it's in position to accept the next bit. And for most people, this is a perfectly reasonable solution. It is straightforward, it's fast, it does exactly what you need. But unfortunately, you can't have the product bin start right here, and that's no good. That you've got a product just sitting there, not counting at all towards the solution. And so the easy way of rectifying that is with our close shave right here, where we take it even further and then bring it back. So it's over the bin and then comes back to get attached to the previous part. Now, the real tragedy of this particular puzzle is that right here, we have no products. Because we don't have this binding over into the future. And right here, we have 1. Now, I have tried to bind an earth onto the end of it to get that false start that we had in one of the previous puzzles, but it doesn't work. Just putting an earth here does not trick it into thinking this is 2. And I'm not entirely certain why. It might be that you need to have all 3 of these things ready to go, and if you've got 3 earths there, I mean, really, you're not getting it done any faster. Because getting 3 earths here and bound in would be the same as getting a normal piece attached to it. So I haven't found a way to get the false end to work on this, but it might still be possible. I just haven't gotten to figure it out yet. So this is as fast as I can currently make this. A nice 74 cycles, which is, below the top percentile. Our 80 that we got from our normal solution is the top 1%, but by slicing off an extra cycle, by pushing it 1 too far, you can shave off 6 cycles and get beyond that top percentile. So this is a nice exercise in doing an infinite product that doesn't cheat like that other one we had. I believe the next one cheats too, though. So if you don't like that sort of cheating, feel free to ignore the cheaty solutions. But that is one of the ways that you can push down to a lower number on your cycle count. And then the area, it's really just a matter of looking at what do you really need to get the job done. And this one, that one little tile might make all the difference. But I mean, 46 is still below this 49 that most people use. Well, I shouldn't say most people, that the top percent use. That's all for this episode. I will see you in the next episode of Opus Magnum with Lyte.